We have a very sad situation in Uganda, a terrible situation. Everyone is talking about. Look at Bobi Wine, a very popular guy, a musician, they tell me, a young guy, and look at what's happening. Treat him horribly. Beaten, arrested, his rights violated. It's disgraceful, an absolute disgrace. You have this leader, President Museveni. He's been there for decades. He's like a king, and he doesn't like the competition. So what does he do? Violence, intimidation. They call it an election, but it's a joke, a total sham. And they see it. The fake news media doesn't cover it enough, but smart people know. They know what's going on. People of Uganda, we stand for freedom, for free speech. They want their country back. They want to make Uganda great again, but they can't with this violence and these crooked elections. It has to stop. The violence against Bobi Wine and his supporters has to stop now. America is watching. We're all watching.
The intimidation and human rights violations president, towering Kaguta Museveni, is doing to Ugandan people is beyond imagination. Last evening, they attacked our deputy president for Uganda, Honorable Mwenge Kavumbi, and killed 10 of our supporters who were at his home. This, after they abducted our deputy president, Western Region, and attacked our deputy president, Northern Region. The criminal regime in its evening has gone insane, and this insanity will have to be met with resistance. Security forces place opposition figure under house arrest after voting. Dateline and location. Security forces were deployed around the residence of an opposition figure on Tuesday, placing the individual under what was described as de facto house arrest shortly after he cast his ballot in the ongoing elections. According to a statement released by the politician, armed military personnel surrounded his home, with some officers allegedly jumping over the perimeter fence and entering the compound without authorization. The residence remains under heavy security presence, with no movement allowed in or out. This is not a show of strength, but an act of fear, the opposition figure said in the statement, accusing authorities of attempting to intimidate him and suppress dissent. He alleged that the deployment was motivated by fears of public backlash following what he described as widespread electoral irregularities and the theft of votes. The opposition figure further claimed that the actions reflected broader concerns within the security apparatus over public anger stemming from past human rights abuses. There was no immediate response from the military or government officials regarding the allegations. Opposition alleges widespread irregularities on Uganda's election day. Opposition leaders have raised alarm over what they describe as widespread electoral irregularities and security abuses across Uganda on election day, alleging that the process has been severely compromised. According to opposition statements, internet services were shut down nationwide as voting took place, limiting communication and independent reporting. They further reported incidents of alleged ballot stuffing in multiple locations across the country. The opposition also claimed that several of its senior leaders, including the deputy president for the Western Region, were arrested on election day. In addition, numerous polling agents and supervisors were reportedly abducted, while others were chased away from polling stations, leaving many voting centers without opposition oversight. Concerns were also raised over the reported failure of biometric voter verification (BVVK) machines at polling stations nationwide, which opposition figures say disrupted voting and opened the process to manipulation. In statements circulated on social media, opposition leaders accused the government of orchestrating the alleged actions out of fear of electoral defeat and urged both Ugandans and the international community to reject any outcome they say does not reflect the will of the people. At the time of publication, government and electoral authorities had not issued an official response to the allegations. Bobi Wine doesn't want to admit that he's tired. But after another week on the road in western Uganda, attending rallies, facing police blockades and tear gas, the seemingly indefatigable campaigner gives in. "I'm exhausted," Wine says, at home in his garden on a Sunday in mid-December, having driven all night to spend this one day off with his family. Despite his lack of sleep, he catches himself. "But that's not the word to use now," he explains. "I'll use it in 30 days from now." On January 15th, it will be election day in Uganda, and the country's citizens will head for the polls to select their next president. His Eminence, Bobi Wine, 43, singer, former member of parliament, and now presidential candidate, is challenging Uganda's incumbent of 4 decades, Yoweri Museveni, for a second time, and it's no easier than the first. Violence against opposition supporters on the campaign trail is already rampant, and Wine fears a repetition of the aftermath of the 2021 election, house arrest, threats against his family, and imprisonment. Wine's moment of honesty is a brief glimpse behind the facade, a look at the difference between the man, born Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, and the symbol that is Bobi Wine, ghetto president. Ugandan music superstar, son of the Kamwokia slum. Wine is now the leader of the National Unity Platform, NUP, with 2.6 million followers on X, fighting to end decades of dictatorial rule in an increasingly militarized nation. He is a symbol of hope for millions of Ugandans yearning for a brighter future. In front of presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi, Bobi Wine, a Ugandan police officer was captured on camera biting a journalist and smashing his head against a vehicle. This is totally insane and unacceptable. It is a blatant violation of human rights and press freedom, and a clear act of brutality against journalists simply for doing their work.
Museveni bwageza ffe twatandise dde okuwandikira amawanga gonna agatwetoolodde n'ebitongole byonna ebikwatibwako nga tubasaba ekisookera ddala nga tubasaba boogere ne mukulu munnaabwe akkirize eddoboozi ly'abantu era nawe mwami tugende ewo tukuwe n'obukuumi naye bw'onooleeta amalala njagala baganda bange mumanye byonna bagenda bikola naye ne bwe bakuba tiyagasi musigale nga mugenda mu maaso ne bwe bakwata Bobi Wine ne bamusiba yonna gye bamusibye musigale nga mugenda mu maaso ne bwe batta munnoowo musigale nga kunoonya kati alowooza bw'anoonya ffe abeera amazeeko naye njagala bw'akwata omu nga muvaayo 5 mu abakyala mu abaami mu abato mu abakulu ffenna tulina obuvunaanyizibwa ku Uganda yaffe mukitandike nga 15 mugende mulonde intaneti bwe bagijjako musale amagezi gonna ge musobola okulaba nga mwenunula mukole buli kye mulina okukola okulaba nga mwenunula mwebale nnyo okumpuliriza mbaagaliza omwaka omupya omulungi mbaagaliza Uganda empya ennungi mbaagaliza eddembe ennungi baana ba maama brothers and sisters, where we have not reached, I am asking you to send the message there. You know this is a presidential campaign, and I am a presidential candidate. But imagine the police is closing the road so that I don't go to Moroto. This is the road that goes to Moroto, and I'm supposed to campaign in Moroto. But the national military and the police of Uganda is closing the road. For us, we don't want to fight with you.